Your energy sets the weather. What's your forecast?
Hi, my name is Jesse, and I wanted to be clever and creative with this because coming at this from a different angle, maybe using the metaphor of you and your emotional temperature, like a weather forecast, I thought it would be kind of interesting to put it together in a way that, well, this is something that we relate to every day. The weather. What's the weather like? What are we doing? How's the weather? And when you talk to a tall person at times, how's the weather up there? What's the climate like? So, I'm going to be speaking to from chaos to calm and 3 ways to lead the emotional temperature at home, because I'm a true believer that your demeanor does depict how things are going to feel at home. And when you're off, so are they. I'd love to invite you to subscribe. So subscribe and send this video to a few of your mates, your comrades, your buddies, your brothers, if it relates to them as well. So let's dive right into this. Don't match the storm with storm. Another storm. Calm is the real alpha move. And it is, because whether you think that you've got to go through it with the anger, I'm going to tell you, being calm, grounded, and having yourself in your own masculine frame is where it's at. Because when you start to unravel and become angry, everything goes sideways. Watch your kids. Watch what they do. When you're sad, they get sad. When you get depressed, they get a little depressed. See, they take that on too, thinking that it is something maybe that they got to deal with. They got to help you. They got to support you through it. I mean, yes, it's nice to have a family that feels and supports one another, but they don't got to support you through your emotional baggage, man. That's up to you, especially when it comes down to anger. You don't got to fight storm with storm. You don't want a hurricane or a tornado in your house. How about when you come home from work? What's the first thing that you do? Do you get all upset, up in arms about how unclean the house is? I used to do that. And then I remembered how awesome it was to be able to do that when my daughter was a baby. And when my wife came home, my ex-wife at the time, I remembered her wondering, why is this out? Why is that out? And I went, oh yeah, okay, all right. When I was a stay-at-home dad, realizing what I was doing. And I was actually stamping out the progress of the day. And that she was well aware that those things were out and the floor had Cheerios or something on them. Or, that the countertop was a mess. Well aware. And yeah, the emotional part of the day when we come home, we just dump our feelings on our family. That's not cool. It's not cool at all. Don't go storm for storm. Same akin to going toe to toe. Shift the atmosphere. Don't chase control. Presence leads louder than yelling. Yeah, you know what? In another video that I just did, what did I say? Well, what I said was that all your family, including your wife, your partner, your significant other, your girlfriend, hears is the volume of your voice at some points, because they don't hear the words when they're in fight or flight. They're trying to figure out how to get out of that environment that they find themselves within when you are out of that realm of control. Teach peace by being it. Be the sanctuary in the storm, or you can be the calm in the middle of the storm. You could be the eye of the storm in the middle. That's also calm, whether you know it or not. It is. Being in the eye of the storm is a place of calm. It's a place of, well, you know what? That's a metaphor for life. And everything that's going on around me in my life, I got to come at it with a calm and clear head. And when I don't, I rush into making decisions, I rush into actions. And what's really needed, I found this out yesterday too, and I saw it in another way, where when I rush right into action without thinking sometimes, it gets me into trouble. And yesterday I was with a buddy of mine and we were practicing some jiu-jitsu stuff. And I rushed right into a move, and what I ended up doing was clipping his wrist. And it was more of a moment for him to discipline himself, to come back to center. It really hurt. And I apologized. But what it did for me was it helped me understand that I can't just be rushing into actions and in this circumstance fighting back without having a clear head. Okay, assess first, be calm and grounded, because I need my brain to be able to figure out what my next move is. I need the air. I need to be able to do this. And I'm not saying like in an emergency situation you get to woo-woo your way through this. That's not what I'm saying, but you will be much better equipped to be calm when you're in the midst of the storm all around you. Having your head means could be life-saving for you. All right, I'm going to leave you with that. Comment, I shift the energy if you're choosing peace over power, Blaze. Because the truth of it is, when you're choosing peace within yourself, my man, you will come across as grounded. You will come across as someone that wants to be in your energy. And you will come across as that dad, that bonus dad, that blended family dad, that valiant man that everyone wants to be around because they love that energy that you encompass. And if you want to take bigger steps to know how to do that, I would love to be able to show you that. I'd love to be able to explain how that works, to be in the masculine frame and to create that valiant lifestyle for yourself. So here's what I'm offering you. 30 minutes, a complimentary call, and you can book that now going to thevaliantlifestyle.com. All right, let's do this.